Okay, let's go ahead and we'll bring our hearing to order. Let's go on the record. Today is August 28th, 2024, and the Missouri Public Service Commission has set this time for a local public hearing to give members of the public a chance to comment about Liberty's general rate increase application, and that is file number GR-2024-0106. The Commission regulates the rates charged by public utility companies to ensure that those rates are just and reasonable. The Commission also regulates the quality of service and safety of the operations of public utilities. There are 5 commissioners. They are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. The commissioners employ a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the field of utility regulation. My name is Charles Hatcher, and I am the regulatory law judge that will preside over this hearing. With me today are Chair Kayla Hahn, Commissioner Maida Coleman, Commissioner John Mitchell, and we have on WebEx Commissioner Jason Holzman, and I expect any minute to be joined also by Commissioner Glenn Kolkmeyer. The commissioners have not made any decisions in this case, and therefore they cannot answer any questions that you might have, as they need to remain impartial until the introduction of all of the evidence in the case. We'll go ahead and start with entries of appearance by the parties. First, for Liberty.
Good afternoon. Jermaine Grubbs, appearing on behalf of Liberty Utilities Midstates Natural Gas Corp, doing business as Liberty. I'm the Director of Legal Services for the Central Region of Liberty, and my business address is 602 South Joplin Avenue in Joplin, Missouri, zip code 64801. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grubbs. And for the Commission staff.
Thank you. My name is Carolyn Kerr, attorney for staff, and the address is 200 Madison Street, Jefferson City, Missouri, 65102.
Thank you, Ms. Kerr. And for the Office of the Public Counsel.
This is Anna Martin, appearing on behalf of the Office of the Public Counsel.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. The process for this hearing will be to call the names on the sign-up sheet in the order that they appear. When I call your name, please go ahead and come forward. I'll ask you to raise your hand, and I'll place you under oath and ask you to state and spell your name. And then I'll ask if you to go ahead and offer your comments to the Commission. After we're done with the witnesses that have signed up, I will open up the floor for anyone else that has decided that they would like to testify, and make sure that everyone has that opportunity. But to start, we'll start with James Western. Thank you, Mr. Western. If you would state and spell your name for the record, please.
James Dean Western.
And can you spell your last name, please?
Pardon?
Can you spell your last name for the record, please?
I can't hear very good, so the acoustics in here are terrible.
Spell your last name into the microphone, sir.
Okay, just like the direction. W-E-S-T-E-R-N.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Please go ahead with, let me swear you in first. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, well, as I had mentioned earlier, when we got the notice from Liberty that they were going to increase our gas prices, and sure enough, comes December, a cold month, they increased them. And mine went up 300%. Now, 300%, I don't, like I said earlier, I can't believe the Energy Commission would even allow an increase like that. Now, he says they didn't get a penny of that. But I don't know where it went. I mean, everything else has gone up too, but not 300%. And the same thing with, just the other day when I was looking at their notice, unless I misread it, I thought they said they were wanting to raise it here 15%. And 15%, now it's saying it's 20.6%. Now, maybe I misunderstood or misread it, I'm not sure. But to me, an increase of 320% over 2 years is just, it's outlandish. How could the Energy Commission even allow that? Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But other people I talked to, some of them, their bills went up from $160 to $560. One gal went up $600 and some dollars. Mine was averaging around $160, and it went up to $465. To me, that's ridiculous. If you were to buy a new house, you found just what you wanted, and they said, well, the mortgage rate's $1,500. And now, it's not outlandish for a real nice place. And then a couple of years later, they send you a notice saying, the price has gone up, now you need to pay $4,750. What would you think on a mortgage rate for a month? But that's what I have to say right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Western. Are there any questions from the commissioners? Thank you, sir. The next witness we have is Susan Limestall. Thank you, ma'am. If you would please state and spell your name for the court reporter.
Susan, S-U-S-A-N, Limestall, L-I-M-E-S-T-A-L-L.
Thank you. And would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please go ahead with your comments.
Thank you. I was surprised to learn during the Q&A part that there's been no rate increase since 2018 when I've been watching my bills go up, even though my usage is going down. So it's not the variable purchase price increase, it's all these other things that get added in. So if we're going to add an average of $15 a month to my bill, which is what their full increase will do, that's a 20% increase, for the past year. So I do track my usage from July to June, and so for the last 3 years, my monthly costs, this is the average, was back in 21, 22, it was $67. Then it went up that astronomical amount like Mr. Western just talked about. I was $106 a month on average, even though my usage was less. My usage has been less again for this past 12 months, and yet still my monthly cost is up to $77 a month. So costs are going up whether they get an increase or not. I just hope that the commission will take that into consideration, is that a 20% increase for the average bill is just too much.
Ms. Limestall, was there anything else that you'd like to say?
No.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commissioners? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Are there any other witnesses who would like to come forward and give their comments to the commissioners? I know it can be a bit intimidating, so I'll give you the instructions if you would rather make written comments. You can go to the Commission's webpage, and that is psc.mo.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner is a link labeled Submit Comments. And just make sure to include the file number for this case, and that is GR-2024-0106. And I'll call again. Are there any other persons who'd like to come forward and give comments? All right, and any closing comments from commissioners? Chairwoman Hahn, go ahead.
you all for being here today, especially Mr. Westra and Ms. Limestall. Without your time to come to the meeting today, we wouldn't otherwise have your comments or the information that you provided, and that's really helpful to us when we're making decisions. And also, I'd like to take a second to thank our parties and our staff for coming to set this up for today for the public hearing. So just want to take a minute to say thank you to everyone who participated in the hearing. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chair. Any other commissioner comments? And I know we have commissioners online. That's *6 to unmute. Okay, that'll bring our hearing to a close. I would like to echo the chair's comments and thank everyone for attending, not just the parties and their support staff, but also everyone else who came out to give their comments or just to observe. We really appreciate that. If you did have any contacts for the Office of the Public Counsel, they represent the public in this case. Their email address is mopco@opc.mo.gov. That's a tongue twister. I'll give that one more time. mopco@opc.mo.gov. Again, thank you all for coming. This hearing is adjourned. Let's go off the record.